Things you should know in your early 20s. Part 1. You're not mature for your age. He's just a predator. Also, divulging your past traumas to him isn't going to make him care about you more. It's going to give him ammo on how to further manipulate you.
Oh, you were finished? Oh, well, allow me to retort.
I've been dating him since 2015. I met him when he was 21.
21?
And we had our first kid like a year after 2016. And we had another kid in 2017.
Wait for it.
And I just recently found out that this was my son that I gave up for adoption.
What did you say?
I just recently found out that this was my son that I gave up for adoption.
Huh? Let me just grab my stuff off the bus.
Thing you've done in your life?
I had a threesome with a guy and his mom, and that was like his birth mother.
What? This bitch was involved in the Family Feud. So,
it was amazing.
What part of that turned you on? They about to create a fucking booger wolf, and that's what gets your juices flowing, bitch?
Everybody interacted with each other.
She was sucking dick.
Oh my god. Whoa. Oh my god.
She was sucking.
She did it first.
First of all, don't be judging me. No.
Judging you? You should be getting judged. Bitch, you partaked in creating a fucking X-Men. That baby gonna come out with one eye and 3 legs. Baby gonna be doing a permanent stanky leg.
Popping. Brand new year and I'm locked in. Far as this teaching go, I am unreachable. I'm #1 in your top 10. Miss Williams, been popping. 2020 new school, you're dropping. No COVID-19, ain't worried about a thing when it come to me, ain't no stopping. I can teach your class with red, bitch, drip hard. Go ahead, take a picture on your iPhone. 2020 school, yeah, virtual. And you know Miss Williams go viral.
A former Monroe Comprehensive High School teacher is now facing 2 counts of sexual assault with a student after she resigned from the school system last week.
WALB News 10's Mackenzie Petrie joins us live in the studio with those new details. Mackenzie?
Yes, Audriana Williams was arrested earlier today and booked into Dougherty County Jail before she was released with a $2,000 bond. Williams is being charged by Dougherty County School System Police Department with 2 counts of sexual assault by persons with supervisory and disciplinary authority. Now, many of you may know Mrs. Williams from her viral back-to-school rap video that WALB aired in our Good News segment back in 2020. In the last hour, we received a statement from the Dougherty County School System that reads in part, quote, "The charges were filed as the result of an investigation into allegations of an inappropriate relationship with a student. Last week, Williams resigned her position in lieu of termination by the Dougherty County School Board of Education," end quote. If Williams is found guilty of those charges, she could potentially be facing 1 to 20 years in prison for each count. In studio, Mackenzie Petrie, WALB, your hometown news source.
We have to be honest and tell the truth. This is one of the most horrendous stories we have ever had to deal with in my history as an activist. We're talking about a teacher, a trusted servant teacher on a high school campus recruiting prostitutes from her students to work for her son as their pimp. This teacher, Miss Grisby, was allowed to remain on this campus after it was brought to the school administrator's attention that this was taking place in February of 23. This was brought to their attention. But these same administrators, instead of thoroughly investigating the complaint, they retaliated against the teacher who brought it to their attention. When I spoke with the district the other day, I said, how could you not know or tell the parents about all of this? They swore for God that they did not know. They swore for God that they had no information about this, until law enforcement called them and say, we're going to arrest Miss Grisby today. Well, I say to Klein, Kane administrators, you a damn lie. We got the proof. Where's the dog? Open it up. Open it up. Let me show these lying snakes here at this school. And we want all the parents to see this. Here's a complaint back in February 23, a sworn statement by the teacher that named Miss Grisby, that named what law enforcement brought to her attention. Law enforcement went to her house about her daughter, who was one of the victims, and she came the next day and informed the school of what was happening in detail in the statement about the prostitution ring, who's the teacher that was involved, and the young man's name that was involved. And the school district took a statement in the office with the principal and the district representative. And now you lying snakes want to tell the public that you had no idea about Miss Grisby. Oh no, that's a lie. We got it right here. We got text messages where she's texting back and forth with school administrators talking about what she brought to their attention. But yet they did nothing. The principal should be terminated. But let me say to the parents, if I was a parent of a student at this school, I'd raise holy hell to clean house. If I was a parent of my child went to this school, ain't nowhere in hell the principal would still be the principal or anybody else in that damn administrative team that knew about this. And I would be demanding an investigation by the district police department for failure to report child abuse. Thank you all for your time. Thank you for your presence. We appreciate it.
Hashtag matters of accountability. Teacher TikTok arrested. Check the description for more videos. Thank you for watching our video. Please like, comment, and follow. Holla.
Anything you want to say about the allegations against you? This is just your opportunity if you want to say anything. Did you have sex with your student?
26-year-old Gabriella Neufeld, she's on your screen, is a science teacher at South Meck High School. Police say she had sex with that student at least 5 times since mid-October. She was arrested Wednesday and bonded out of jail this morning. WBTV's Caroline Hicks was in court as she faced a judge for the first time today. Caroline, a lot happened in that courtroom. What did you learn?
That's exactly right. Well, Gabriella Neufeld was in court today along with her family. There was also a group of her students in court. They did not speak, but prosecutors did reveal new details in this case. According to prosecutors, it was the student's mother who caught them in the act. They say the mother caught her son having sex with his teacher in a car. South Mecklenburg High School teacher Gabriella Neufeld is facing 5 felony counts of sexual activity with a student. According to prosecutors, the student's mother found out about the relationship around Thanksgiving. They say she was tracking her son's location when she noticed he was not at rugby practice on Wednesday. She drove to his location, Park Road Park in South Charlotte. Prosecutors say that's when she saw her son and his teacher having sex in a car and called police.
Is there anything you want to say about the allegations against you? This is just your opportunity if you want to say anything. Did you have sex with your student?
We tried to speak with Neufeld after court. She did not respond to our questions. We spoke with attorney Brad Smith about how the law works in North Carolina in cases of sex involving students, even when a student is 18 years old.
It's unusual in the sense that the normal statutory sex offenses all deal with kids that are under the age of 16, whereas the exception to this is you can be at the age of consent, which an 18-year-old is technically the age of consent. But if you have a sexual relationship with that person as a teacher, then you're committing a felony.
Neufeld could face a Class G felony with a maximum of 47 months in prison, though Smith says it's likely she won't face that much time.
Presumably a teacher usually that's charged with this doesn't have any criminal history if the background check was successful. So the maximum sentence they're usually facing is 25 months.
Now, the judge did agree with the prosecutor's request for Neufeld to be on electronic monitoring. She will have to report to get that electronic monitor within the next 24 hours. According to CMS, she has been suspended with pay. Now, the prosecutors also mentioned that the school was aware of the rumors about a relationship between these two and actually addressed it with them. I contacted CMS about what was said in court regarding this. A spokesperson tells us the district cannot speak to any matters regarding personnel issues.
This woman allegedly reportedly had relations with her 14-year-old student 20 times. All statements are reported and alleged. This is the case of Melissa Marie Curtis. She is currently 31 years old. However, back in 2015, she was 22 years old and she was working as a teacher at Montgomery Village Middle School. Recently, a grown adult male came forward to Montgomery County Police Department and said, hey, back in 2015, I was going to Montgomery Village Middle School. I was 14 years old, and my 22-year-old teacher, Melissa Marie Curtis, yeah, we had relations like a lot of times. Allegedly, reportedly, they had relations inside of the school, inside of her car, inside of several residences across Montgomery County, and she was also giving him alcohol and THC, and he alleged that these situations happened between January to May 2015. And again, he said they over 20 times with a little boy, 14 years old. So, police take this information, and good on him for speaking up. These crimes do not only happen to girls and women, so we need to be more encouraging to our boys and men to speak up when something like this happens. And luckily, police did listen. They issued a warrant for her arrest October 31st, 2023, and she turned herself in yesterday, November 7th, 2023. The scariest part of this report to me is that police are already saying they believe there may be more suspects. What evidence leads them to believe there are not more suspects, y'all, that there are more victims? What evidence leads them to think there's more victims? I certainly do not know, but I'm keeping my eye on this case. I will keep you posted. I hope they're wrong and there are not more victims, but if more charges are added, I'll let you know. If she somehow gets released on bond, I'll let you know that too. But so far, that is the story of Melissa Marie Curtis out of Maryland. Disgusting. What are they putting in the chicken? Like, why do teachers keep getting arrested for being with little boys? I don't understand.
But wait, there's more.
I am the victim. Don't you understand here? Look at me.
Very disturbing story this evening out of Columbus. A 17-year-old girl is charged because she's having or had sex with a 10-year-old boy.
WTVA's Chris Knowles has been following this story today. He joins us live in Columbus with what he's found.
Right now, I'm standing outside of the Columbus Municipal Court. Now, just a few hours ago, I was here just in this very courtroom, and they charged a 17-year-old. And not only that, they charged her mother. Take a look. Pictured is 17-year-old Miracle Morgan. She is charged with sexual battery and statutory rape after allegedly having sex with a 10-year-old, according to Columbus Police Chief Joseph Daltrey. Daltrey says it all happened on Mother's Day. He says a group of kids were gathered and saw it happen. He says the children who watched it told the police. He says Morgan's mother brought one of her other children and some other kids to the homes of those who talked to the police to fight them. The mother and those other children have been arrested.
I mean, it was disturbing. It really was. But then I was also a little more disturbing as well when I found out that the mother brought her children to beat up the people who saw what took place. You know, that's not going to be tolerated. Nobody should have to worry about people coming, jumping on them or breaking in doors and wanting to fight them for what? Because you did wrong? Oh, okay, keep on. We're going to have a place for you. You know, we put the mama in jail. Mama act a fool, she going to jail too. Everybody goes to jail.
I talked to some people around the community about it. They asked not to be on camera. They were disgusted.
I think she's got a problem, a bad problem. Probably started from childhood, and now that she's become a teenager, it's gotten worse, and that her parents didn't watch out or teach her any better.
Morgan's bond was set at $100,000. Now, we have just learned that Columbus police have dropped two of the 3 charges, and now she's only charged with sexual battery. I talked to some people around the community that were not on camera, but they did tell me, well, they were honestly just speechless at first, and they told me they are sickened by this. Reporting live in Columbus, Chris Knowles, WTVA 9 News.
But wait, there's more.
told me to come in the room with her, and when I came in the room, she was in a robe.
Okay.
And she opened up her robe, and she didn't have anything on up under the robe, and she told me to come over to her. Excuse me. And as a kid in my mind, I'm confused because I know this my sister. I'm 6. I know this wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And she's way older than me. And first I thought she was playing, but she would, she was insisting on me coming over to her. So I was hesitant, and so she grabbed my arm. And speak to her. And when I did finally speak with her, she asked me, was Braille okay? She seen it on the news, and she's praying for him and things of that nature. And she told me that I couldn't help but tell her, Teresa, I just want to tell you, I appreciate you calling, checking on my son, but I just want to let you know that I forgive you.
Oh. Take your time.
I forgive you for what you done to me. And the biggest blowback with that is we all human beings, and nobody's perfect.
My mind's telling me no. It's a man.